Alex knelt, heart pounding, and lifted the lid. Inside lay bundles of old notebooks, bound with twine. The covers were cracked leather, the pages yellowed with age. His grandmother's handwriting scrawled across the first one. For the one the mirror chooses. Emma sat cross-legged beside him. Read it. Alex hesitated, then opened the first journal. The ink had faded, but the words still carried weight. The mirror does not create. It reveals. It shows what is hidden, what the heart denies. But reflection is not without cost. Each time the mirror is crossed, a price is taken, sometimes subtle, sometimes unbearable. Alex's throat tightened. A price? Emma leaned closer. Keep going. I was 16 when it chose me. I became Eleanor for the first time in that bronze frame. But each time I lingered too long, I lost something, an hour of memory, a fragment of myself. The mirror gave me freedom, but it took pieces of me in return. Beware. The reflection is never free. Alex's hands shook so violently the journal slipped, landing in the dust. Pieces of her? You mean, Grandma? Emma's face was pale, her voice barely a whisper. She paid for being herself. Alex hugged his knees, fighting the rising tide of panic. What if it happens to me? What if I forget who I am? What if I wake up one day and... Hey, Emma cut in firmly, grabbing his wrist. We're not going to let that happen. That's why we're reading this. Knowledge is power. We'll find the rules, we'll find a way around it. But the pendant pulsed harder, almost painfully now. Alex glanced at the mirror-shaped carving on the chest. For a split second, he swore it glowed faintly in the dark. He opened another journal, flipping frantically. If another seeks the mirror's secret, they must not touch it. Two chosen cannot exist in one family without consequence. The mirror will pit them against each other until only one remains. Alex froze. His mind flashed back to Daniel's eyes in the bedroom, the way he'd said, secrets never stay buried long. Emma read over his shoulder, her breath catching. Oh God. Alex. Daniel's already sniffing around. If he gets too close. The attic creaked as though the house itself had heard her. Both of them looked up, startled. From below, the unmistakable sound of the front door opening echoed through the silence. And Daniel's voice carried up the stairs. Alex? Emma? We need to talk. The attic's dim air seemed to thicken with every step Daniel took up the stairs. Alex clutched the journals to his chest, his heartbeat syncing with the pendant's throbbing glow. Emma leaned close, whispering fast. Stay calm. Don't let him see you rattled. But Alex's trembling hands betrayed him. The attic hatch creaked, and Daniel's head appeared in the square of light. His eyes narrowed at the sight of them crouched by the carved chest. Well. Family secrets in the attic, huh? His tone was casual, but suspicion simmered beneath it. Emma crossed her arms, planting herself between Daniel and Alex. What are you doing back here? Daniel climbed fully into the attic, his boots landing with a heavy thud. Couldn't sleep. Something about that mirror downstairs, it's been buzzing in my head ever since I touched the frame. Alex's blood ran cold. He touched it? The pendant around his neck flared hot. The bronze-carved chest beneath them vibrated faintly, dust rising from its surface. Daniel's gaze shifted past Emma. His eyes locked onto Alex. And now you're hiding something too. Why are you dressed like that, Alex? Alex's stomach lurched. He hadn't even realized how different he still looked, hair brushing his shoulders, the dress still fitting like a second skin. Panic surged up his throat. Emma stepped sideways, blocking his view. Back off, Daniel. You don't know what you're messing with. Daniel smirked. That mirror? You think I haven't seen enough strange things in this family? Grandma wasn't exactly subtle. His eyes glinted. I want the truth. The mirror downstairs pulsed with a low hum, so deep it rattled the floorboards. Alex's pendant answered in kind, glowing brighter until the light seeped through the cracks of his clenched fingers. Daniel's expression shifted, greed flickering in his eyes. It's chosen you, hasn't it? But maybe it could choose me instead. No. Alex's voice broke, desperate. The attic erupted with sound, the journal's pages fluttering wildly, the chest groaning like a living thing. A blinding light spilled up through the hatch as the mirror below roared awake, its surface rippling like molten silver. Daniel staggered back, shielding his eyes. What the hell? Emma grabbed Alex's arm, yanking him close. It's reacting to him. The journal said this could happen, two chosen in one family. Alex's breath hitched. It'll pit us against each other. The attic trembled, beams groaning. Through the hatch, Alex caught sight of the mirror below. His reflection had returned, but not alone. Another face glared from the glass, distorted but unmistakably Daniel's. The two reflections pressed against opposite sides of the glass, straining, snarling silently like predators trapped in the same cage. The pendant burned against Alex's chest. The mirror demanded a choice. Emma's grip tightened. Alex, listen to me, you can't let him touch it again. If he does, one of you won't come back. Daniel took a step forward, his face twisted with obsession. Then let's see who the mirror really wants. The glass below cracked with a thunderous sound, spiderwebbing as though it couldn't contain both reflections. And Alex realized the next touch could shatter everything. The attic shuddered as if caught in an earthquake. Dust rained from the rafters, the air vibrating with a low, hungry hum. Beneath them, the mirror's fractured glow lit the house like lightning. Daniel's eyes burned with determination. If that thing can make you into something new, then it can do the same for me. He shoved past Emma, heading for the ladder. Daniel, stop! Emma's voice cracked with panic. She grabbed his sleeve, but he yanked free with a strength fueled by obsession. Alex scrambled to the hatch, his pendant searing hot against his chest. You don't understand. His voice shook, softer than he remembered, almost unrecognizable to his own ears. The mirror doesn't give, it takes. It'll destroy you. Daniel sneered, halfway down the ladder already. Or maybe it'll show me what you're too weak to handle. The mirror below pulsed like a heartbeat. Its fractured surface shimmered with two figures, Alex's reflection, soft, frightened, but radiant, and Daniel's, twisted and aggressive, clawing against the glass like it wanted out. Emma cursed under her breath. If he touches it again, Alex, it'll force a choice. The words slammed into him. One of us won't come back. Without thinking, Alex slid down the ladder after Daniel. The heat from the mirror singed the air, ripples warping the walls around it. Daniel reached the floor first, stepping toward the glass. His hand stretched out, trembling with anticipation. Don't! Alex shouted. His voice cracked higher, desperate. He lunged forward, grabbing Daniel's wrist just before his palm could press against the surface. The instant their skin touched, the mirror screamed. The sound wasn't human. It was metal grinding, glass shattering, thunder tearing the sky open. Both reflections inside thrashed violently, colliding with the glass until spiderweb cracks spread across its face. Alex's pendant burned white-hot, searing his chest. The force flung him backward, crashing against the wall. Daniel staggered but didn't let go. He stared at Alex, his eyes wide with something between fury and awe. It's you, he hissed. It's always been you. The mirror flared brighter, the reflections inside dissolving into a storm of light and shadow. A voice, not Emma's, not Daniel's, whispered through the room, curling around Alex's ears. Only one reflection may remain. Emma stumbled down the ladder, shielding her eyes. Alex! The journals said this could happen. If neither of you lets go, it'll tear you both apart. Alex's chest heaved. His pendant pulsed like a trapped heart, begging him to decide. Daniel's grip on the mirror frame tightened, veins bulging in his arms as he leaned closer. The glass cracked deeper. Shards began to rain onto the floor, sizzling like fire as they dissolved into smoke. Alex knew in that moment there was no safe way out. He could fight Daniel for the mirror. He could let go. He could risk everything. But no matter what, tonight, the mirror would take its price. The mirror shattered with a sound like breaking thunder. Shards flew in every direction, but instead of cutting, they dissolved into streams of silver light, wrapping around Alex and Daniel like chains. Alex's scream was ripped from his throat as the floor vanished beneath him. He fell, tumbling weightless through liquid brightness, until he landed hard on polished stone. When he staggered to his feet, he knew immediately this wasn't the house anymore. An endless hall stretched out, lined with towering mirrors that reflected 1,000 different versions of himself. Some wore the same embroidered dress, others showed him older, younger, smiling, weeping. A few looked twisted, distorted, like funhouse ghosts. At the far end of the hall, Daniel pulled himself upright. His reflection trailed behind him in the glass walls, longer, darker, a shadow that moved slightly out of sync. "What? Where are we?" Alex whispered, clutching his pendant. Daniel's smile was wild, unsteady. Inside the mirror. Inside its truth. The mirrors around them shivered, their surfaces rippling. From one, Alex's reflection stepped forward, no longer trapped in the glass. She looked real, tangible, her hair shining in the dim light. She reached for him, her expression a mix of fear and longing. Daniel snarled. "So that's her. The little fantasy you've been hiding." Before Alex could respond, another reflection emerged from a different pane, Daniel's double, towering, jagged, its face twisted in malice. It bared its teeth in a soundless growl. Emma's voice echoed faintly, distant as though carried on wind, "Alex. You're inside the mirror. You have to hold on, don't let it choose for you." The two reflections advanced, circling their counterparts like predators. Alex's mirror self extended a hand. "You don't have to fight me. Just accept." Daniel's dark twin hissed, its eyes burning red. Daniel laughed bitterly. "Guess we both get a prize, huh? Let's see who survives." He lunged, not at Alex, but at his reflection, grabbing it by the throat. The hall trembled. Shards of glass cracked off the walls, raining down in silver fire. Alex's reflection cried out, clutching Alex's arm. The moment their skin touched, a rush of warmth surged through him, his body flickering, softer, brighter, more feminine with each heartbeat. "No," Alex gasped, overwhelmed. "It's taking me." His reflection's grip tightened. Not taking. Becoming.